Boys and girls, we are back. And first of all, sorry I have been radio silent for quite a while, but I had some topics to work on in my private life. And furthermore, I've also been working a lot on my music lately. So if you don't only want to watch my trashy videos, but also listen to my trashy music, you can do so on Unknown Vibes. And follow me on Instagram. I would really appreciate that if you want to follow my life and my music career, basically, if you want to call it like that, you can do so. But this is not the topic of today. Today we want to talk about my man Conor McGregor. I've always been a big fan of Conor, and he kind of was the opener for me for the UFC. I think he did so for many other people as well. It's just worrying to see how he has transitioned into his supposed coke addiction, and let's talk about this video. I hope it's okay that I react to it. Give love to my man American Reduct, and let's see.
Yayo, dust, powder, snow, whatever you want to call it. That's what Conor McGregor seems to be on these days.
Yeah, look at this. You don't mean little Muppets.
The guy's
You do nothing, you little Muppets. Oh my god. You got a bit, dude. He's a fucking gangster, man. He's funny, man.
turning into a caricature of himself, almost like a cartoon villain version of Dana White.
Sturgis, South Dakota, for Rally Week, baby!
What's more badass than bare knuckle and American rock and roll? Nothing, baby, that's what.
He really looks like Lex Luthor from Superman.
FC 63 at the Sturgis Buffalo Chip in Sturgis, South Dakota.
I mean, with the kind of lifestyle he leads, it's not hard to imagine how drugs and alcohol would be readily available to him at all times.
And to be honest, in this video, he looks super happy. And yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong about turning up from time to time, you know what I mean? I also like to party. I'm a single dad myself, but just the frequency and how Conor does it, and also the access that he has to all kinds of substances, as he has unlimited resources, basically. That's the kind of dangerous part and kind of worrying, not gonna lie. Yeah.
It's pretty obvious in some of his recent interviews that he's been under the influence of something stronger than just a few drinks.
You know, I'm blessed.
This interview is crazy, man. And not only look at Conor, also look at Jake, how he reacts to some of the statements. This is promotion to the video Roadhouse. It's not a particularly great movie, to be honest, but it's kind of a summer blockbuster fling. You can watch it on Amazon, I think. This interview was super worrying, but watch for yourself.
To have entered into the movie alongside him, he was patient with me. He gave me guidance, and I just took it. You know, we had a good rapport on set. He has 75 movies made.
Look at my guy Jake. That's he's thinking like, Jesus Christ, this dude is coked out of his mind. Oh my god.
I have 75 bar fights made, and that's it. We had a good back and forth.
Hi Conor.
Hello, how are you?
I'm Claire Gallagher with the Daily Texan.
What's going on, man? Jesus Christ. You know, I have also some experience with certain substances. I'm not gonna lie, I have nothing to hide. And you can clearly see our guy is absolutely turned up to the max. Yeah, let's watch.
Your acting debut, obviously it's your first experience.
Hard work, but you know, we got it done. It's in the bank for life. You know, you put something in the bank, maybe it's not gonna be there for life. You might spend it.
Also, his gestures and his pronunciation of certain words is so over the top now. I don't know, man.
In there for life, and I'm ecstatic about that. Beautiful name, Meredith.
Thank you so
What a
much.
name.
Thank you
That's
so
such
much.
a beautiful name. What's your second name?
Cassidy.
Meredith Cassidy. That's a beautiful name. Nice to meet you, Meredith.
Thank you so much. When you got out of your vehicle, the crowd erupted.
I'm in love with the coco.
His eyes are also, and his face spasms, you know. For me, it's a clear I mean, you don't have to be an investigator to see it, but for me, that's a clear indication that Conor is on substances, even in public, on certain events for work. I think you should, keep yourself together, but that's maybe just my 2 cents.
His behavior has been erratic, his speech slurred, and his eyes have that glazed over look that's kind of hard to miss. Something's definitely changed with him over the last few years. It's like he's a completely different person from the fighter who took the world by storm in 2015. I mean, sure, he's always been a bit of a wild card, but there was a time when that unpredictability was part of his charm. Now, though, it feels more like he's spiraling out of control.
Okay, Henry, this one's for you, my man, right? Some of the things, oh my God, you blew my... I couldn't believe what I was seeing, right? So you were here like this, right? And you were doing this, and I was like, you were doing this little thing, and I was like, what the fuck is that? I've never seen nothing like this guy.
Jesus Christ. And he's also hardly blinking, you know? Yeah, if you compare this to his sharp speech and his trash talk towards other fighters in the UFC before, it's just like 2 different kinds of people. It's just sad, man.
And I bet good money that he's experimented with most of the drugs people are speculating about. But whether or not it's turned into a full-blown addiction is anyone's guess. Until he comes out and speaks publicly about it, if he ever does, we're left to piece together the clues from his public...
To be honest, I think it doesn't appear to me that Conor is sad or on a downward spiral like Justin Bieber, you know, where he looks like an absolute zombie now. For Conor, it just somehow just seems that he's really enjoying this kind of lifestyle. And to be honest, why not, man? Why not? The guy has written absolute history, you know, and he can do whatever the fuck he wants, yeah? If he ever comes up with some sort of addiction story or whatever, or a documentary, it will be because he has some sort of health issues due to certain substances. But I don't think that he has some serious trauma. I think he just absolutely enjoys his life, even though he sometimes goes too hard, in my opinion, yeah?
Appearances and interviews. And speaking of interviews, just watch one back in 2016 and then compare it to one from this year.
I see stiffness when I look in that 155-pound division. Slow, stiff. I feel like they're stuck in the mud almost. The featherweights, they hit like flyweights. So it's nice down there just destroying them and killing that whole division.
He was an absolute master at making jokes about other fighters, but nowadays he isn't as sharp and precise and well-spoken than he was before. I think that's obvious.
I have my eye on that 155 division and I see them all stuck in the mud in there. So
Conor,
we'll see over time. But guess what? Have I been wrong yet? Have I been wrong yet?
I landed 1 punch
once,
and he hit me with a door. Other than that, it was absolutely perfect.
That's true.
An amazing stunt team, Garrett Warden.
Yeah, I think the difference is day and night, as you can see. And it's also dangerous because there's so many people who died of an overdose. Things like cocaine are really damaging to your heart, you know, or I mean, I'm not an expert on this, I'm not a doctor, but I know it increases your heart rate. And if you also like to mix certain substances, that can be even more detrimental to your health. And if your heart rate is always so high, it can be dangerous for you, you know. Not that I wish anything on my guy, but it's just reality. I hope he gets out of this healthy and turn this down a little bit, you know what I mean?
Either he's dealing with a rapidly progressing degenerative brain disease, or he's caught in the grips of addiction. Cocaine can do a number on a person, and not just in the obvious ways. It's the little things that start to give it away. The way someone might grind their teeth, lick their lips.
Wasn't that the situation that that he knocked out a mascot? Maybe I'll find this clip and I will show it here. It's, oh my god, this is so crazy, dude.
The way someone might grind their teeth, lick their lips, constantly touch their nose or face, or even rock back and forth like they're in a trance. And when you start to notice these behaviors in someone like Conor, it's hard not to connect the dots.
Yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I have plenty of new topics that I want to talk about, and I will record the next video soon for you. So leave a like, support your brother. As I said, follow me on Instagram if you like, unknown.vibes93, I think. You're not alone in this. Never forget that. Unknown Vibes is out. Peace.